Just taking my mother grocery shopping. Now it's time to go get lunch. Did she just leave her juice in here? I know a lot of people are going to say, "Hey, this conversation is going to be pretty long, but we shouldn't have uh, we shouldn't have too much service interruptions because we're just in a local area. We're not going up any hills or through any tunnels." Um, I'm gonna give people some time to join. I give them like 3 minutes because it's as earlier than the start time was. But let me tell you guys what's going on. It's your boy FRE $H Fresh at the Flyboy Way. That's THEFLYBOYWAY. Don't ask why, just check out the channel. And welcome to Jeep Talk episode 68. I hope it's episode 68. I could be wrong. I didn't double check. Is Colombia, Brazil, DR, and other countries that a lot of brothers travel to a paradise, or has the United States warped people's mind enough to believe that the rest of the world is a fantasy and this is reality? I think I'm just the best way. Let me shout everybody out first. Global International, what's going on, man? Big homie, proud of you, man. I appreciate that, Global. You starting off the New Year's right. You know it. I told you this year I'm not going to do a lot of edited content. I'm going to do a lot of live videos. I'm going to do a lot of shorts. We definitely travel next year. Next month we in Barranquilla Carnival. Had to check in. Appreciate that, man. I'm handling your handle, man. Shout out to Kings and Dreams, day one, A1 day one in the building, y'all. All right, cool. All right, so check it out, y'all. Let's get right to it, because like I said, some people will watch this back and they'll be able to see it, and I think I want to play it through. Welcome back to Jeep Talk. This is Jeep Talk episode 68. Is Colombia, Brazil, and Dominican Republic and countries like it that brothers go to for enjoyment of paradise, or has the United States warped your mind to believe that this is the reality, even though the rest of the world is more like each other? As you can probably tell, I am one of the people who has been traveling for the longest. And I've been traveling on YouTube for the longest, and I've been putting out content for the longest, and I've been interacting with people for the longest, because I've been on here since 2009. And in my journey, what I've realized is that a lot of people get upset because people go to the same countries over and over and over again. And I don't understand it all the way, but I guess it's based on the individual, on whether or not you think that going to multiple different countries makes you a better traveler. It doesn't. Or going to multiple different places makes you more experienced. It doesn't. It's really what you do and how you network in those places that determine whether you're a quote unquote better traveler or not. I think what we determine is reality in the United States, because that's the only thing we know for the majority of people. Because as you know, as I go and speak as a black man, but as a black person, only 13% of black people have passports, and only 6% of them are men. So as a black man, the majority of black men in America, the majority of men, not just black men, but the majority of men in America, and even women, don't really know the international world. Because if they did, they will understand that the rest of the world is more like each other. Brazil is more like Dominican Republic. Dominican Republic is more like Colombia and Brazil. Thailand, Dominican Republic, and they're all more like each other than they are the United States. The United States is one of the youngest countries to be around. So if you're thinking about the United States as being the standard of what reality is, and your perception is that men are traveling to achieve a fantasy, then you may be one of those people that have been brainwashed or mind manipulated by the United States to believe that this is what reality is supposed to be. I think a lot of people downplay how much value it is in knowing the whole world. Because I always believed in, and before I even started traveling around the world, I felt as though you had to know who you are. You have to know how the people in your city and how the city sees you. And then you have to know how your state sees you. And then you have to know how the country sees you. And then you have to know how the world sees you. Or you don't get a good baseline to draw the type of lifestyle or the type of reality that reality actually is. There's nothing cheap. You cannot you cannot sufficiently give me an explanation of who you are or sufficiently know who you are if you don't know how the world sees you, because you don't know your place. You only know your place in America. You only know your place in New Jersey. You only know your place in Texas. You only know your place in New York. And that's even outside of going out of the country. If you've only been to your state, how can you tell me who you are? Because you don't know how the rest of the world sees you. So for me, I'm a firm believer in the United States. Of course, perception is always reality. But the United States is not the reality of the world. It's not. It's not the reality of the majority of the world. So when I see people like say, yo, these guys only go to these places because it's cheap, or it's they only go to Brazil, they only go to Dominican Republic, they only go to these countries because they can pay for play. I look at them to say, hey, I don't think you've been traveling enough to really understand. Or you started, or here's another one. A lot of people that say, I've been traveling since 1960, and they be 100 years old, right? Or I've been traveling since 1980, and they be 50 years, 60 or 60 years old. And I'm like, yeah, but you started traveling after you already was who you were. So your brain was already warped and developed into something you thought was reality when it wasn't before you started traveling. So you know how they say you can't teach an old dog new tricks? Unfortunately, that goes with a lot of travelers. You can't teach, I never say can't. It is very difficult to change the mind of someone who started traveling, to have them have an open mind when they see the world, for someone who started traveling after 30. Or for someone who started traveling in the military and didn't become a civilian traveler until they were 40. It's going to be very difficult for them to see the entire world as it is versus interpreted as they was taught in the military, or they were taught in the States because they didn't leave until they was 30 years old. I don't ever get upset at them. I hope nobody comes off with this feeling like me yelling or getting aggressive. This is just me speaking passionately about something that I learned, because again, I've been traveling since I was 18. I had my own place. I was an adult. I've been traveling internationally since 24. I gotta order some food for my son, so give me a second, y'all. I'll get to y'all comments too. But a lot of people in the United States, you see a lot of YouTubers talk about it. They're confused with what reality really is. No, ma'am. Cheeseburger? Yeah. Which one? Hello? Okay, cool. A lot of people who have been, no offense, but I see some comments. I'm gonna get to your comments in a second. A lot of people. Let me order this food, then we get back to the conversation. Yes, can I get a cheeseburger, kids meal, apple slices, apple juice, no pickles on the sandwich, a medium fry with.
I don't have the apple juice, sir. It's only chocolate milk.
Then give me a Sprite then.
Sprite?
Yeah, substitute since you don't have apple juice.
Anything else?
Let me get two McChickens with mac sauce, no mayonnaise, add ketchup and cheese.
Chicken and mayonnaise, mustard and cheese.
Yes, add mac sauce and cheese, add ketchup too, and a large fry with no salt. I know y'all see me on my fat boy stuff.
That's hot and cheese.
Huh?
Mustard, ketchup, and cheese.
Yes.
Okay.
And let me get a large fry with no salt.
Anything else?
That's it.
If I get a two after 500 dollars.
No. That's it.
Yes, sir.
All right. All right, we back, y'all. Again, y'all, this is not to talk down on anybody. This is somebody who has been traveling since I was 18 years old. This is somebody who looks, because I've been traveling since 18 years old, my brain was still developing and I was still learning life and open to learning stuff, learning different cultures. And because of that, as I was traveling around the United States, learning how things was in Houston, learning how things was in Atlanta, learning how things were in DC, learning how things were in New Jersey, New York, Philadelphia, LA, I became this representation of the United States versus just a representation of New Jersey, just a kid from Newark. And then I did that around the world. So when I speak, it's not from a one perspective thing. It's from a worldwide perspective because I've had an open brain. Now, I'm not, again, I don't want people to take this as a diss or anything, but it's very difficult for me to take the advice of someone who started traveling at 30 when you were already set in your ways. Not take the advice as far as being fully inclusive. 1 second, y'all. Let me swipe this real quick. Give me a second. Matter of fact, let me use this card because I don't have to. Yes, ma'am. How much? $16.71. Okay, thank you. Wait, say it one time. Just make sure. $16.71. No, the food.
Two McChickens. Both of them, it's the same thing for all of them. No mayo, black sauce, cheese, ketchup, cheeseburger, half a meal with Sprite, no pickle, cheeseburger, and the large fry, no salt.
You got medium fry, no salt too? I'm for y'all. I'm gonna get to y'all comments after this because I haven't seen y'all comments yet. Give me a second. Let me scroll up. Okay. All right, y'all. Let's get back to the conversation, y'all. Thank you. You too. All right. 2026. Yes, sir. You already know, man. Travel Simba. Salute, fly boy. Hope to see you in Colombia one day, man. I'm back in Barranquilla. We're gonna get back to the conversation, but I'm back in Barranquilla next month, y'all. For Carnival, and I'll be in Colombia a lot more now as I look for a place that the area I want to live in Barranquilla, as well as look for a place, as well as start the process of figuring out which woman I want to have a kid with and all that stuff. But let's get back to the conversation. I've been traveling since 1997 in my mid 40s. So you've probably been traveling since you were in your teens as well. Shout out to Riley Joe in the building. Let me see, view message. Why is this guy dressed like my auntie? Cause my son had a game. Hold up. He said, I probably can't. I'll answer. I can't post it. I can't show it because the N word. But I just got back from my son's basketball game. All right. Again, y'all. If you're just joining this live, welcome to Jeep Talk episode 68. Dominican Republic, Colombia, Brazil. What's up, man? Are they a fan? Thanks.
Green. You make me a favor, please. Can you freaking throw the meal in, please?
Papa,
I'm making just one more fry.
All right. Is Dominican Republic, Brazil, Colombia, and other countries just a fantasy, or has the United States warped your mind so much that you believe that the newest country, and one of the newest countries in the world that has only been around for about 300-400 years, is the reality of the world? And as you can see, I'm giving you guys what I believe. I believe that the United States is not the reality of the world. The world is the reality. The United States is an exception. It's a major exception. One, because it's the number one economy in the world. The number one economy in the world cannot be the reality of the world because the rest of the world is more like each other than the number one economy. The rest of the world, the minimum amount of money that people make is similar. That's why America, as black people, America has the highest black wealth. That's why America has the highest white wealth. That's why America is the most place where you could build wealth because it's not the reality of the rest of the world. Unfortunately, again, I don't get upset, but I see sometimes you just can't. It's going to be difficult hold on a second, y'all. It's going to be difficult for people that have been traveling, or because again, shout out to all the military personnel. Shout out to all the my homies that have been in the Navy. Shout out to all the people that have been in the Marines. They themselves, I believe, will tell you when you go through the training program that gets you in that, it puts your mind in a certain way to see the world. And then as you travel the world, you're traveling the world with that mindset. Now, a lot of us that started traveling without being in the military, without being, with just being civilians, we went that place with a free mind, especially at a younger age. We went to those places with a free mind, and we got to see what's really going on. That's one of the reasons why I created my channel. I didn't create the channel to make money. I didn't create the channel to get clout. I created the channel because there was a need. I filled the need, and that's why the Black Man Guy went so viral. I filled the need of people seeing the world as it is, and not through the perspective of what they want you or what somebody wants you to see it as. And it's kind of a shout out to Speed. Now, while Speed, I don't agree fully with the whole entertainer thing.
Right, bro.
Thanks, bro. You too, man. While I don't agree fully with the whole, hold on a second. Let me show that too. All right. While I don't agree with the whole entertainer thing, what Speed is doing is opening up, is what I'm explaining. It's opening up the world to see how things are automatically in Africa. And that's just not Africa. That's around the world. When he went to Europe, same thing. When he went to South America, similar thing. The only difference is you don't get the deep context because you got to remember, ISO Speed is a well-known person. So you're still not going to get the full context of how these places are because because he's going there as a celebrity. But when we go there as an average person, that's when you get the real perspective. But both perspectives are needed. And the reason why I know and I can say both perspectives are needed, or all perspectives are needed, is because I don't have a closed mind, because I started traveling after I had matured to who I wanted to be, or who I decided to be, or who the people wanted me to be. I'm hoping you guys are able to take these jewels without feeling some kind of like disrespect or slight, because that's how I'm trying to deliver them. I'm trying to deliver them with an open mind, so you can understand that, hey, this is not me dissing people who don't agree. What this is doing is me showing you why there's a major difference between somebody who started traveling at 18 as a civilian and is now 41, giving you the perspective on the world, versus someone who may have started young. Maybe they started at 18 or they started at 23, but they didn't travel around the United States first. They went straight to international. Even their mind will be warped because of the fact that they don't know you can't possibly know who you are by visiting the world without visiting your city first, without visiting your state first, without visiting your country first. You can't. It's not logical to believe that someone can truly have a full inclusive perspective of something if you've never visited your whole country to know how you fit in your country. Or for somebody who started off in the military, and I don't mean you went there for 4 years. 4 years you can get past that. I'm talking about people who may have been in the military traveling the world, or in the Navy traveling the world for 20 years as a vet, not a civilian, because the mentality is going to be different because of how each of us are trained. So again, I never really knock anybody for however they travel. That's why, while I don't consider myself a passport bro, and I never did because I existed before them, I never knocked them, because however someone travels, it allows them to open their mind, and I can't knock that. I cannot knock that. No matter if you travel for women of age, and no matter if you travel for women, no matter if you travel for men, no matter if you travel because you can live cheap, no matter if you travel because you can't afford to live in the United States. Again, I'm a firm believer in the people who think this is a bad thing or the people who talk down on people who travel because they don't have any money, or travel or don't travel because they can't get women over here, or they don't travel. I think that their mind has been warped to believe that the United States is reality. The exemption is reality. Is never a logical thing. That's not a lot. Logically, and by definition, that's not a logical statement that an exemption can be the reality. No, reality for one is what you perceive. But on a worldly basis, the United States cannot be reality because it doesn't align with the rest of the world. But again, that's something that you have to see from traveling for many years, again, and starting young. 41 years old, minus 18. I've been traveling for 23 years, y'all. I've been traveling for 23 years and documenting my journey. And documenting my journey for like 20 of them. Or more of them, but on YouTube 16. But in real life, I was on MySpace, so, 20 of them. But unfortunately, you're not going to get everybody to agree. And it's not a matter of agreeing. It's just proving points. And I don't want to say facts, because some people are like, well, how is it fact? Was it, but because I don't want to argumentative of it. I don't want to argument about it, but I just want to show people like, hey, I would have this conversation like, hey, how old are you? Oh, so you started traveling at 30, right? Well, don't you think that about 30 you was designed to who you're going to be? You got your own, you figured out what you believed and all this stuff, and a lot of it wouldn't change. Now, if you would have started traveling at 18, do you think you'd be more open to the rest of the world? I'm gonna get you a comment, y'all. I don't want to let me see. I'm gonna get you your comments a lot real quick. Let me just come to a safe stop and get in the house. We'll continue the Jeep talk for a little bit to make sure I can get to y'all comments and get to y'all answers when we get home. I just want to get home and I'm gonna eat, and then I'll let's see. We'll try to get your comments to the stop sign. All right, let's get back. I didn't mean to delete the message. My fault. I just could have tried to hide it. Shout out to DCPTO. Make sure y'all, whenever I see people that have YouTube channels, I always tell you guys to go check them out. If you're just joining the room, this is Jeep Talk episode 68. Is Dominican Republic, Colombia, Brazil, and other countries like it a paradise, or it has the United States warped people's mind to believe that the United States is reality? Shout out to DCPTR. Yo, make sure you go PRT, my fault. Make sure you go check out his channel, Kings and Dreams. I think Travel Simba has a channel too, because you're gonna all get more different perspectives. And that's what life is about. It's about getting different perspectives. Even if you don't believe my perspective 100, you don't agree with me 100%, there's somebody else who you may. So just make sure you subscribe and go check out all these other creators on YouTube also, because again, growing up, we didn't have this. I don't know about you guys, but I grew up when the internet was pretty much invented. Before AOL, when there was MSN was the only way you can get on, or the little E thing. And then AOL came, and they had the dial-up. I was on that too. So back then, the only way you get the information was through the mainstream media. And the issue with mainstream media is because it's sponsored by people, and because it's a for-profit, it has to be a for-profit thing. It's going to be very difficult for you to get what people would consider an inclusive truth, because people are paying them. And you can't expect, and this is one thing what you're going to know with a lot of YouTube creators, especially coming up since YouTube has been not as profitable for a lot of people. You're going to start seeing this come up. A lot of people are going to be different if they depend on the money. They're going to be different on what they say. They're going to be different on how they act. They're going to be different on how perspective they give you. And it's hard for me to believe that somebody can give you 100% inclusive truth to what is really going on in whatever field they're in, whether it's basketball, whether it's football, whether it's talk show, whether it's podcasting, whether it's travel, if they have to depend on the money. Because if you tell the truth and the truth doesn't get you the money on YouTube, then if you need the money, you have to start lying to make money. So you got to understand, that's just something different. Let me pull in this driveway real quick, and then hold on a second. let me pull in this driveway real quick, and then we could get out and have a conversation. Again, I'm gonna get to y'all comments when we get in the house, and then after y'all comments, I got to all y'all comments, we will end the live stream. Just wanted a quick, short Jeep talk to bring this conversation out, because there's a lot of I watch a lot of YouTube. And there's a lot of creators, there's a lot of people who you can tell it's not that they're trying to be mean, and it's not that they're trying to be I don't feel as though they're trying to be mean, or like it's not like they're trying to feel braggadocious, but a lot of people aren't able to have an inclusive mindset because they didn't start traveling at a younger age, and their minds were either warped by the way that they were raised, or warped by maybe the military or the army or something that put there, or the police thing, or warped by the environment they was in because they didn't see other environments. And now as adults, as older people, they're not able to fully see the full playing field because they think the United States is the full playing field when the United States is just the end zone. Let me repeat that. The United States is not the full field. So if you come speaking from a United States aspect, you're only talking about the end zone. You're not talking about the full field of what life is. Actually, you ready?
Yeah.
Let's go. Hey, I'm gonna need you to carry something, man. Put your phone in your pocket.
Huh?
Put your phone in your pocket, please. Grab your sneakers and then carry this right here with me for me. Well, put your phone in your pocket first. Thank you. Now grab your sneakers. All right, I'll carry this. And don't spill it. That's yours anyway. Don't spill it. Let's just watch the card next one. All right, come with me, y'all. All right. Close the door. All right, go. Hey, Nikki. Come on, man. All right. Yeah. They put it in bags. I mean, yeah. And they left it inside, so you wouldn't get.
So nice down there now.
It's a lot of work they got to do still, though. But hopefully they get it done before the month is over.
Yeah.
But
I didn't know you were doing it right away.
I wasn't originally going to do it, but now I said I don't want to move the new tenants in upstairs on the second floor because I might have to open some pipe to make sure everything is. So I'd rather do everything now.
Oh, okay. It looks nice though. Like everything gone, the island, everything.
They had to design. I had to design the whole thing myself.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Oh,
So, all right. Give me a second, y'all. We gonna get in the office, and then we'll finish the conversation after we eat real quick. If you just talking, the Jeep talks always usually start in the Jeep. Mostly times end in the Jeep, but sometimes it doesn't end in the Jeep. And it's locked.
Yeah.
Right, cool. 1 second. Yeah. All right, so you're gonna eat, and then you're gonna take a shower. Then we're gonna put the stuff in your foot, okay? My son got a splinter. He got a. Ouch, that hurt. Ouch. Hold on, son. Let me get stuff right real quick. This one's yours. All right, we're gonna grab this thing. So I'm gonna get you our comments again. We'll go maybe a 45 minutes. Just talking about this subject because I don't really want to eat in front of y'all, but I want to get this conversation out. And the importance of understanding and seeing the world from a world aspect. I know it's going to be very difficult for people who started traveling late or started traveling long term in the military to really be able to see the whole thing. But maybe I hope that you'll be able to step away from this moment and see that this is not like an attack or anything like that. This is just somebody who has been doing it as a civilian, telling you how the world is from an inclusive perspective. Yes, sir? Garbage. My fault, y'all. All right, let's get some. I'm turning the light on so I can see me a little better. Get this coat off. I'll take the call. Take the call over right back. We had a conversation, y'all. All right, here we go. We back. All right, let me get y'all comments, and then we'll end the live actually, because I don't be eating y'all face and stuff. Let's see. Again, shout out to Riley Joe. Beetlejuice says, "Bro, you were easily distracted. Stay focused." Try to get your thoughts out before looking at the chat, because you're over the place. I don't think I'm all over the place, but I think I'm giving it. Hopefully, it came together in the end for you. That Michael Jackson Jackie wearing looks good. A lot of guys became travelers after the Black Men's Guide to Cartagena. Yeah, I know the Black Men's Guide to Cartagena, I think, was a turning point because they actually let it go. And I was, a lot of times YouTube, and I went to multiple. Listen, I love YouTube for what it is. I'm never going to down and stuff, but I do always still talk about the truth, even though I'll be invited to behind the scenes. I've talked to the people in the VP offices. I've talked to the partner managers, the people above the partner managers, creators with 20 million subscribers, 100 million subscribers. I've been in the network for the last year doing that stuff. So when I got to see what it was behind the scenes, I'm like, oh snap! It's not really what I consider it was, as far as like I know they do have cultural things that they don't understand yet, which comes off kind of prejudice, but it's something a lot bigger, and it has nothing to do with that aspect, in my opinion. But the Black Man's Guide was something they allowed to flourish, but then it got to a point where I can't talk about everything, because then you get the monetization and stuff. So yeah, it was. I was really shocked that they allowed it to go that far, and when it did, it was cool. Let me see. You're generalizing a lot. I don't know. What do you mean by generalizing a lot? Definitely generalize. I mean, you gotta explain what you mean by generalizing to me, and I can maybe help you understand a little bit better. Because when you generalize stuff, you're speaking from a general point so that everybody can understand it. If you're going to be specific about things, then you have to respond to specific comments so that everybody wouldn't understand it. If you haven't been in the military, you're not going to understand civilian versus combat persons in the military. If you haven't traveled, you're not going to understand the difference between traveling in the United States and traveling in the world. So you have to generalize it in an aspect for everyone to get it. Let's see. But yeah, thank you. What do you mean by the Miko Worldwide Enforcer? What's going on? I think Jackie we twins. That's Miko. My bad. Okay, what's going on, Anthony? All right, good. So it wasn't that many comments that I can get to the end. I got my thoughts out. Make sure I just want to make sure all the messages are on so I can see everything. All right, cool. Again, y'all, I just wanted to put this live up, this Jeep Talk, because it's important. In closing, it's important to understand that your mind is going to be based on the life you live. If your life was only based on one way or one area or one mentality, then it's going to be very difficult for you to fully see it from a worldwide perspective. The world is more like each other. And when I say that, Colombia is more like Brazil. Colombia and Brazil are more like DR. Thailand, Colombia, and Brazil are more like each other. Philippines, Thailand, they are more like each other. Parts of Europe, Eastern Europe, not the main, not London, not Russia, not China, but as you go to different parts of Europe, like the smaller parts, Uruguay, the old Czechoslovakia. Remember, the United States is a melting pot, so you see all these people. As you go to these places, you'll see that they're more like each other than the big countries like the United States, like Canada, like London, like they're more like each other. What that means is that the United States isn't reality. It's reality for some people, but it's not reality in a world aspect. So whenever you guys say that Colombia is paradise, Brazil is paradise, and all these guys want to go to this paradise, no. What you should or possibly should be saying is these guys are going to a place and finding out that America isn't reality. It's not that Colombia is the paradise. It's not that Brazil is the paradise. It's that America isn't reality on a worldly basis.
Kind of straw.
A straw?
Uh-huh.
All right. I'll bring it to you. Give me a pour. Bring the cup to me. I'll pour it in your cup. Give me a cup too. Because I don't know the store's at. But I appreciate you guys for joining me on this live. I'm gonna get to this thing. Oh, Xavier, come back. Xavier, come back. I got the straw. My fault. Again, this was I appreciate you guys for joining the live. This has been Jeep Talk episode 68. Understand that America is not the world reality, but rather just an exception. And Colombia, Brazil, Thailand, Panama, these other countries are not paradises. What they are a reality that opens your mind to show you that America, United States rather, is not the reality of the world. So whenever you hear somebody talking about people going to the place because they're trying to save money, or going to the place because they can't do it here in the States, understand that what they're saying is that these people are going into the real world and understanding that America isn't that. Or the United States isn't that, rather than thinking they're trying to escape reality. It's your boy FRE, $H Fresh at the Flyboy Way. That's THEFLYBOYWAY. Don't ask why, just check out the channel. And I'll see you on the next video. Peace.